So, Jordi, how are you? How do you feel before the season is officially starting?
Excited. Excitement is probably the right word to describe the feeling right now before Saturday. Yeah, it's been a long preseason like always. Obviously, challenging weather at the moment, challenging situation with building the team. So obviously now everything it's in place, and for good or for bad, the league starts on Saturday. I think that's like the best thing we could already like see the previous weekend when Ykkösliiga starts would kind of like feeling it brings also to people, and you can also like feel it even in social media, in Twitter or anything, that how like might like people start to talk about football, and it's something really nice on it, honestly.
And you mentioned the preseason, so what are your thoughts like shortly on it? Okay, it had its ups and downs as it always does, but overall, like how satisfied you are in the preseason?
It's completely normal that in a preseason that takes like 4 months since January and even 6 since mid of November, that there's ups and downs in terms of results, in terms of feelings, days that you feel that fuck, this is not working. But there are also some days that you feel like so grateful in the moment that you got a couple of signings, or also like the amount of hours that you spend behind the scenes working, and somehow like it pays off. So in those ups and downs, in the highest moment, in the lower ones, we have tried to be like calm-minded and be like confident with the process that we decided to start together. And I think that we are in a good place right now. So overall, the preseason, it's been in a progressive line, I would say. A couple of weeks ago, we had a step backwards in Helsinki and going on earlier, but maybe some things that's also like the things that the team needs to wake up a little bit, and I think that we saw already like in the last game against.
Yeah, so, but what kind of a team is SalPan in this year? How would you describe SalPan?
I think it's a brave team, honestly. We're going to be brave to go for all the games. It's a matter of like being competitive as well, and what kind of tools will we use. And with that, obviously, all the players in the squad are going to be quite important to achieve that. And what I think that what we will see is always a compact team that will be closing the scores, that will be like tight and trying to challenge like the bigger clubs on the paper in the league, and trying to achieve our targets as soon as possible, for going from like avoiding the bottom stages in the table, and then let's see where we can push. But that's something that we need to like keep improving as a team during the season. It's not just like going game to game. We also have to get corrections and improvement in the performance of the individuals, and also from the team.
What would you say like are currently like the main improvements on the targets on the game itself?
We have got more solid games. I think that the amount of the good periods that we have in the games are a little bit longer and more often. We still have to improve those moments that we disconnect a little bit in the last games, in like starting of the second half, or sometimes in between like the starting of the game. We need to improve that and be capable that in the moments when we are suffering, we're struggling, or opponents changes a little bit, or they are better, which in football and in competition can be if we are like competitive, compact blocks, so then we can survive those moments and waiting and creating our own chances in the games.
So if you were like playing against SalPan, how would you describe us as a team? Or how would you like if you get
against? I think that, to be honest, I wouldn't be happy to play against the players that we have in the field, honestly. Like, I think that we have so good squad in a way that we are short in numbers, but short enough so that it's a competitive squad, that there's like good relation inside the locker room, and at the same time that we have so many variations and capacities to play in any of the positions that we have. So that's something that, to be honest, makes me like really proud and excited from what we will see. So I think that if I would be any kind of opponent that 13th of April play against SalPan, I would be worried that it's a difficult game and I wouldn't be that sure that we would get the 3 points.
So yeah, that's interesting. But if you go and look about the game ahead, season is starting. What are your expectations on Saturday? Like overall, like what kind of a game are you expecting? What kind of feelings are you expecting?
The season starts and there's some goosebumps always. Like, and that's something that it's nice. And then talking a little bit more about Jippo, they are good, honestly. They have like players that have played in higher stages than Ykkösliiga. They have also like 4 foreigners, so that it brings a little bit of an extra thing to the team. And I think that they have players that they have proved themselves in the league. But I have a lot of respect for them. I've watched them couple of games in a season playing. I also know them from before, so there's a part of the team that it's quite familiar to me, and I think that they play honestly like quite a attractive football. So I do believe that they will continue in the same way, because this is the way that they were working last season and continuing this one. And even though the first game it's always a little bit more difficult to get to know, especially when the distances from Salo to Joensuusta are that far. We'll also be ourselves, and we play at home, and so we want to take the lead in the game, and we want to dominate, and we want to make them have a really bad time in Salo, obviously. And then I think that there's one key thing, that is the mental side. How to step on the game the first 10-15 minutes, it's going to be important to be able to pick up the second balls, to feel that you are dominant on the game, that you are somehow a little bit closer than the opponent to the actions and anticipating situations, being proactive on the field. I think that's something that we have tried to work during the last couple of weeks. How we want to step on the games and trying to continue in the same way that the last game against the Communist, that continue a little bit in the same way.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult, not difficult, but interesting. How difficult do you think, like, to forecast like how the table is gonna look in June or July? Because it's only 10 teams. So do you predict that there will be like lots of like tight games, or do you think that someone will take the lead and like, or how what are your thoughts on that? Like Ykkösliiga overall?
I think that the change that Paloni did with the leagues has made the league more competitive. Probably the bottom of the league, it's higher than it was the previous ones, and I don't think that there's going to be like a team who will be like clearly lower than others. And then in that sense, there's gonna create a lot of like competition gains, I do believe, and then those are mathematics, but I think that we need to go for the win as much as possible always, because draw a lot in this kind of like small leagues is not enough. So some things it can be a positive result after how the game goes and everything, but we have to be ambitious and try to look forward, so that we are a team that tries to go 3-3, and obviously being loyal to the values and to the thing that we have been working the whole preseason.
So 3 points is like goal from every game, every time we play.
Should be. What obviously can change is the way that we address the game. Yeah. That how we want to play, how we want to press, how we want to like be a little bit lower. That's football, that's tactics, and that's the magic of the game. This is why we play, because it's not always in the same direction, right? And also now it just right start in the beginning, 16 days, 5 games counting Suomen Cup.
Yeah, I was coming into that, like the start is like quite hectic.
Yeah, but that's positive. That's nice. Like it's gonna give minutes to everyone. It's a positive thing. That's for sure. I think that if we manage to get a proper start, we will always be looking for the next because we want to continue. If somehow we need to improve, the next chance when it's coming, it's super close enough so that it continues and it's close enough. So that's a positive. Definitely a positive thing. Before the April ends, 2 home games, 2 away games, pretty balanced. Then we will be a little bit wiser in what situation we are, and that's like positive that we can keep improving. Either doesn't matter the scores.